Hello everyone, my name is Shafira Abigail. So in this video, I want to share you about my analysis about The Nightingale and The Rose by Oscar Wilde, which originally published in 1888 in the anthology The Happy Prince and Other Tales. In this video, I just did simple analysis about the characters, about the moral value, about the plot structure and the language style. But before I share you about my analysis, I want to give you some information about who is Oscar Wilde. So let's check it out. Oscar Wilde was born in Dublin, Ireland in 1854. He was a famous poet, a lecturer, author, and scriptwriter. When he wrote The Nightingale and The Rose, he was working as an editor for a women's magazine. Did you know? He dedicated this story to his two sons, Cyril Hulin and Vivian Hulin. The Nightingale and the Rose was written as part of collection of fairy tales, The Happy Prince and Other Story, which focuses on love-lorn student as he used to find a rose to bring his love, and the nightingale sacrifices her life to get that rose. So for the first analysis, I want to talk about the character. The first characters is the nightingale, and then a young student, a daughter of the professor, a little green lizard, a butterfly, a daisy and his neighbor, three beautiful rose trees, including a white rose tree, a yellow rose tree, and a red rose tree, the oak tree, and the last is a chamberlain's nephew. For the next analysis, I want to talk about the plot structure. For the first, there is an orientation. In the first paragraphs, in introducing the characters and the setting, you will see about the nightingale, a young student, and the settings. For the second is a rising action. Rising action, the nightingale travels the garden until she reaches the third rose tree. In the climax, the nightingale sacrifices herself to get the red rose. And the next, falling action. The young student awakes and finds the red rose, but the girl rejects him because he already got a jewelry from the chamberlain's nephew. And the last is a resolution. So he returned to his room and pulled out a great dusty book and began to read. For the third analysis, I want to talk about the Nightingale and the Rose writing style. The Nightingale and the Rose uses figurative language. Figurative language uses similes, metaphor, hyperbola, personification to describe something, often through comparison with something different. Simile, a figure of speech comparing two alike things that is often introduced by like or as. You will see, his hair is dark as the hyacinth blossom, and his lips are red as the rose of his desire. But passion has made his face like a pale ivory, and sorrow has set herself upon his brow. For the second is metaphor. It seems like simile, but metaphor doesn't use like or as. Sweet is the scent of the hawthorn, and sweet are the bluebells that hide in the valley, and the heather that blows on the hills. For the third example is personification. Attribution of personal qualities, especially representation of a thing or abstraction as a person or by the human form. Personification in the characteristic that the nightingale and her friends portrays, since it is given human and emotional qualities although it is an animal and a plant. For the last analysis is moral value of the story. Moral value of the story is about idea of love. The first idea is the nightingale assumes that love is more important than anything. It's wrong. If we see our recent condition, the most important love is love yourself before you love someone. Love makes you happy, not sad. So don't love for someone who didn't respect and appreciate you. For the second idea is a young student love who just wants the girl's company. Therefore, Wilde could be criticizing adults not only as naive in love, but also selfish in love, unable to understand love and incapable of finding or saying love like the student is in the story. So that's all about my analysis about The Nightingale and the Rose by Oscar Wilde. Thank you for watching and see you. Bye.